Hello there, YouTube. Look at this. It hasn't rained all morning long. It's windy, which is very nice. And hopefully, with this wind, and I don't think it's supposed to rain until tonight. But sadly, speaking of tonight, sunset is at 4:52 this evening. The clocks got set back. I think it's like 2 a.m. or something like that. It's the official time, but set them back when I got up this morning. So it's like right at 12, which would normally be 1 in the afternoon. But yeah, if it stays dry like this, maybe I'll take the old Pan Am out and see what it's like to ride it with the bags. Not that it's going to do anything. It's just a novelty idea of going out and riding the bike with the bags on it. It's supposed to be just, it says cloudy, but it's been sunny since the sun came up. I'm surprised it didn't dry out stuff more than it did, but it's working on it. So welcome to today. We'll see what we end up doing today. Something, whether good or bad, we'll come up with something. Well, while there's still sun outside here, let's take this beauty for a rip with bags on there. Kelly goes, it's too cold for me. It is. It's 53 out here. Even though the bike says it's 63, but it just came out of the garage. All right, let's rip. It looks like more like fog than anything else, but can't see the mountains. They're all covered in fog clouds, whatever. But where I'm at the moment, it is gorgeous out here. To me, just because it's not raining. Just a cruising along. Bike saying 56 down here in Toledo land. We buzz out to on Alaska out there where the old tower is from the old, I think it was I forget what processing. I think it was for lumber or something. I don't recall. I have to read the big plaque that's there. Well, it's definitely cloudy back off in that direction, isn't it? I can tell you what, I know long term you'll probably hear me say this a whole bunch, but this thing is a mile cruncher. I haven't gone on any long trip, but I've been riding motorcycles long enough that you know right away you can go a long, long ways on one of these things. You can just tell a bike, you know, like the GSA, BMWs. I mean, just like right away you're going, yeah, this would be a long-term touring bike. What I like about the, ADVs is, you just have all this suspension and all this versatility. Of course, you don't have your great big gold wing fairing and stuff out in front of you. But, at that point, I mean, why don't you just buy a convertible? Throw the top down if you want a little air blowing around. You probably get more air in a convertible than you do behind some of those touring bikes. They get them so far that it's not a touring bike anymore. You're like in a convertible. The only difference is you get wet, you get cold, you get hot. You don't have climate control. You don't have a roof to flop up. My point being, the people with certain bikes are getting away from the whole touring thing. But in all fairness, speaking of the gold wings, they have gotten smaller and sportier, and the newer ones, the last probably 10 years now, I think it's been since that modern style, and even yet they keep getting smaller, and less luggage and stuff like that. They're You know, people aren't looking for that massive land yacht no more. Don't get me wrong, they're still big. But, you know, in the same realm, you know, I think of like the road glides and street glides, not so much. They don't, you know, you get a little more wind with those. You're a little more in touch with nature. But, you know, you put a big windshield on those things and it's a full-on touring bike. Is that bugs or is that raindrops hitting my windshield there? I'm starting to see little spackles here. Now, it wasn't supposed to be rain earlier today, but I don't know what it's supposed to do later today. I didn't pay attention to that. Them clouds I see back there definitely look worrisome. When I was going a little long after I first started talking to you guys, once I was rolling here, I'm looking at it going, I don't know if that's fog or is that rain I'm seeing in the hills. Here I got bags and everything on. What do I not do? I don't grab my little bag with my rain gear and toss it in here. This will show you how brilliant I am. I was just thinking about going for a ride. And putting the bags on and going for a ride was just an excuse to go for a ride. That's beautiful, right against that white. Oh, and on the ground too. I love when you see a hill you're going down from a distance and you just kind of watch yourself slowly go down. It's that little kid in me that feels like I'm coming down in a little airplane. Look, Mama, I can fly. It drops down to 35 right here. I want to watch myself. that definitely looks like rain there. Well, I'm not too far from home. I don't want to get too bad. These ants are riding pants in this climb windbreaker-y kind of a thing. It'll resist the water for a while. And these are new 100% gloves, so they will be waterproof initially for like the first 4 or 5 years. Then it tends to go away. That little creek is rolling along nicely down there, isn't it? Alright, we're coming into on Alaska up here. Great big old low spot right here, don't they? I smell like tractor diesel. It's very, very nice. I love the beautiful trees with all the leaves on the ground. What bugs me is people that just immediately get out there and rake or, you know, vacuum mow it up right away. Let the beauty sit there for a little bit. You know, they're going to turn brown and ugly soon enough. Then come through and sweep them out of there. What's the big rush? It's funny, this lake was built for the factory thing that was out here. It's out here for a long time. Oh, this guy's doing professional stuff here. I'll stay out of her way. Just to make sure I'm not gonna show up in her backdrop. Listen to that spillway over there. Boy, you can hear that thing roaring today. Seems like every time I come out here, it's just quiet. Boys out there fishing. He's probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm just looking at the pretty water, man. The old days, you know, you could just take your bike and go running down them little walk paths. And if you came across family or whatever, they would step aside. We'd go slowly by. Everybody'd say howdy doody to each other, and that was it. Used to be a much freer world. And that's something. I would imagine this is a pretty quiet little town. Country living. Oh, it is a mobile home park. I didn't even know. Oh, I guess they're out here. Cat going across the road up there ahead of us. He's just moseying along there. He ain't got a worry in the world. That was no gas. Oh. We got one, you're being followed, brown cat, by the black cat. Oh, there's more underneath the truck. You're pretty kitty. Definitely allergic to you, but pretty kitty. That's kind of a nooked in little house there, wasn't it? Well, that's on Alaska. Well, it goes farther back there, but the school and stuff is down there. I don't think it's I would imagine population is probably quite small. I don't know the number. I like that general store though, that's cool. Good old country store. I like the railroad street. Little small churches, little small stores. Beautiful leaves falling down in their yards. God, that's so pretty. Well, I see blue skies where there once was those clouds. That is rain out there though. Yeah, you can see that. Look at this. The white fence and all the leaves on the ground and the tree. Holy moly. Well, that's where I'd have a comfy lounge chair sitting right there. Yeah, we're heading right for that rain, but we're going to slither sideways a bit. Oh no! That's towards Toledo. Kelly's probably at the house going, oh, he's going to be mad. He's going to get his new motorcycle out in the rain. It's coming anyway. It's impossible to not get them wet. I just don't like purposely getting them wet. And I don't like all the time it takes me to clean one. It is breathtakingly pretty though. It almost has kind of an eerie but really cool look to it. definitely some cattle smell there. And this mode is just, it's one of those modes that just mellows you completely out. It's like putting a GSA in rain mode. It's just like, okay, we're gonna take our time now. I have no choice to take my time now. Although in that rain mode, if you really get on it hard, I've had it do some surprising things that it must realize you must think you see a thread or something, and it gives you more power. I've literally had the traction control stuff where I've tricked it and it's literally stood up on me. I had a dog jump out at me and I went to blast to get away from the dog, and it literally, the wheelie control didn't work for a second. It was me letting off the gas that was the wheelie control. That was crazy. Cool, but crazy. Oh, look at these colors. Get into these, you know, reduced light, and it's like like concentrated the fall colors. Come on, truck. We're out here playing around, enjoying ourselves. You're out here Sunday driving, but I guess you're out doing the same thing, aren't you? Big old chunk of land right there. Yeah, that hazy, rainy look. Kind of wild looking. Interesting light with that hazy, foggy, rainy, whatever the heck's going on there. It looks like rain because you can see little squall lines in there. One thing's for sure, if it is rain, you and I are gonna find out about it. You know what the Pan Am hasn't done? She ain't done a whole road run. I don't think I've taken a whole road backwards in I don't know how long. I gotta slow down for potentially someone coming out anyway, so let's go ripping down it. Oh, yeah, it's starting with pretty colors right off the get-go. You gotta watch this, because watch that truck, it'll just disappear in a second. Just goes, whoop. That's a blind hill. I know it makes more noise than the helmet stuff, but I just love that shield being down. As I was saying earlier, you get the more natural riding a motorcycle feeling. So this little creek's looking down here. Has it got anything going on? Very, very little, but it's beautiful though. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Check out the old barn if the sun glare don't take it out too much. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see it. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know what the lens of the camera's doing. Still hanging in there. Beautiful, the cow sitting out there in that beautiful green field. Yeah, it's beautiful back here. I wouldn't be able to see off the edge down there towards the Cowlitz River. There's the Cowlitz going by right there. This is where that avalanche was. Little kitty on the trucky dikey. Or that could be a hole. That's no kid, little old lady. It's out there cruising around on her tricycle, bicycle. Just trying to minimize the slinging. That's beautiful down there. Lots of people on Sunday walks tonight. I like that. Coming up on that house that we were looking at buying. Good thing that didn't go anywhere. We'd probably still be fighting for water. That was a cool shop. That thing's just overgrown now. It was that cute little house. How many guys remember us going in there? Look at that. That guy was building that house forever, and wow, how ever so worth it. That is, it looks kind of Spanish style a little bit. Just gorgeous. But he had a trailer there. They lived there the whole time it was being built. I'm assuming maybe he's a contractor himself and did a lot of building on his own. Well, that thing looks like it's moving north. So we may get away lucky on this one. Why did this seem more closed in before? They cleared some of the woods out there. I think I do that every time when fall comes and the leaves start disappearing. I go, is there stuff missing? Yeah, that's some good wind there. Hope that's not wiping the mites out. What a nice job they did coming through here. Filled that thing in with the rocks. Oh, I bet you at the peak this was gorgeous. I used to come through here all the time in the fall. You know, it's funny, you forget your close little runs, you know. You know, it's funny, this big old overpowered galoot, how easy you can ride it calmly and softly. And that suspension dropping down, it reminds me of the low chassis GS and stuff like that. Just think, you get the low chassis GS sitting here, and then you go down the road and you get the standard GS when you get rolling. What a magical thing. It's funny, this look on this plateau here in the Cowlitz Prairie, how many looks it has. It's sweltering hot summer when everything's dry, and spring when everything's flourishing, fall when everything's starting to have that doom and gloom and quiet and dark look to it. It's not doom and gloom, it's just that time of year. There's some piglets out there. Beautiful horse. going to make it home without getting wet. Yeah, it looks like it's moved farther north, what I was seeing. Or it just was nothing and it dissipated. A nice little bit of side wind there. That feels good. Toss me around a little bit. Although it's kind of crazy how this thing handles side wind. You can tell it's there because you feel it acting on you, but the bike isn't doing anything weird. There must be some magic in there somewhere. As I roll down this beautiful hill here and roll into the great metropolis of Toledo, I'm gonna slip out on you and bid you adieu for the riding part of today's vlog. Oh, there's a police. Gotta watch yourself. But it ain't 25 until down here. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming along for a ride on the old Pan America. Old Pam, the Pan Am. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't put you to sleep. I was so chilled out and relaxed. I'm about to put myself to sleep. Nice. Looks like a F750 or 850 GS right ahead of me. Beamer. But anyway, I'm gonna roll out on you, and thank you guys for coming along for riding again on the Pan America. And next you'll see Mom and I will be saying a goodbye, if I'm still awake by then. I've like chilled myself way the heck out. Hope you guys still awake. I need to knock on your screen. Just wake up, wake up. All right, I'm out. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, that turned out to be a very pretty ride, even though the fall colors are minimum now, but that's all right. They're still beautiful. There's still spots where it's just gorgeous. And that rain just kind of slipped west and then slithered north from there. Just
that worked.
Never got it. Well, it was looking pretty grim there a little bit. Like, that's great. I got the saddlebags on there, and I don't grab my rain gear and just flop them in one of them. It was just a test ride. Guess what? Didn't know they were there. It's just cool to ride them with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was fun. Went out there to the old, whatever they call that park. It's got a name to it. I
can never remember.
Yeah.
It.
Something Lake. Whatever. Drove right past the sign. I don't remember what it was. Never do remember. But there, that little thing on Alaska.
That's cool.
There was a photo shoot going on. Some looked like, I don't know, some wrestling looking dudes and some gal in a grass skirt. I don't know what the
I bet they were cold.
Yeah, it looked very cold.
Yeah.
I don't know the theme they were after there, but they were coming up with something. It's pretty wild.
Cool.
Remember the photo days.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, but not that fun. It was fun when you're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Not for money.
Yeah. That's when it became, I'll never do it again.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think on that we're gonna roll out.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. Back to the old grind tomorrow.
Yep, we'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you then. Appreciate you watching.
Yes.
Bye-bye.